السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. إن الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى أهله وأصحابه ومن تبعهم بالإحسان إلى يوم الدين وبعد. يا إخوان ومسلمين وأختنا وأخونا, this message is regarding our economics. And those of you who have seen my program, The Goldbrick Show, or those of you who have met me in person, you know that one of my primary aims is to inform the Muslims about an economic opportunity, an opportunity to create group economics, an opportunity to remove the Muslims from a system which has been bleeding us of our wealth, even in communities where we think we have an economic establishment or foothold, where we have businesses, we have the masajid, we have a school, but yet and still, much of our wealth is not going to benefit the community and help build the infrastructure that is required to make a sustained community and one that is benefiting from the wealth that is circulating within that community. Many times, and one of the numbers that will bring to your attention is that 75% of the masajid in the United States and possibly in other lands, particularly the Western lands throughout the world, 75% of the masajid here in the United States subsist on donations. Yes, after every Jummah. Yes, and even between, we have fundraising programs that would actually become unnecessary if our wealth actually circulated and benefited the community. When I say the community, I mean all of it. Every individual, every family, every institution in the community could benefit. So some may be asking at this point, how is that possible? What is this system that you refer to? Well, I'm referring to a system that takes us back to gold as our money. And gold is our money, irregardless of the fact that the land in which we live in, they use paper currency as money. They use paper currency as money. This is actually, get ready for a surprise for many of you. This is actually debt. You understand? This is dain. This is debt, and even the Federal Reserve and the federal government admit that this is debt. And we'll bring the evidence for that when we have our webinar, which will be promoted in the notes or in the description of this video. There's a webinar that's going to take place, and I invite those of you who are in earshot of this, who see this, who share this, to share it out, number one. Number two, we'd like to bring on board as presenters, as panelists in this webinar that we're going to do. We'd like to bring representation, representatives of the Muslim community here in the United States or even in other places on the planet. So the currency, no matter where you are, whether you're dealing in pounds and euros, Deutschmarks, francs, whatever that currency is, understand something, that currency is built on debt. If your banking system is part of the global central banking system, which relies on debt. This system that we are suggesting uses gold as money. Gold is our money. These bills, and you will get a closer look at them. I'll actually put a link in the bottom or in the description or somewhere with this video that will take you to my landing page, which will describe to you a little bit more about the system. Understand something. There is no debt involved in this. This is wealth. That's 6/10 of a gram of gold. And this is a 5-gram card, gram of gold. Pure, 4 nines. That is as pure as gold gets on the commercial level. 4 nines, LBMA with certificate included. This is a system that is about creating wealth in the community that uses this system. And as it circulates, as you know, the more you circulate this currency, the longer you hold it, the less it's worth. As opposed to gold, the longer you hold it, the more it's worth. And I'm going to shoot down one of the things I hear oftentimes, that people are saying, well, the price of gold goes up and down. No, it's not the price of gold that's going up and down. It's the value of your currency that goes up and down, and ultimately in a downward spiral. That's what the Forex is all about. Forex didn't exist before 1971. There's a reason why. There's a reason why Forex exists. And what is Forex? Trading in currencies, up and down, gambling, because also you're dealing in a system of debt. And by the way, when I say it's a system of debt, that also means that it's a system that has inherently attached to it riba, interest, inherently associated with debt in the financial systems throughout the world that are attached to the Federal Reserve, or the central banking system. There is debt associated with it. There is debt associated with it. So I will say to you that it is important that we have a conversation. It is important that we address any concerns that you have, because many times I run into some of our brothers and sisters who have questions which honestly can be answered using a reference back to the Book of Allah and the Sunnah, and reference also proving that this currency system that we're dealing in is debt-based, because even the ones who support it, the ones who hold it up, the ones who designed it, will admit that it is a debt-based financial system. It has to have debt. If there was no debt, there would be no currency in this system, or no money, as they like to refer to it as. But it's not money. It is a poor substitute for money, and even that has grown worse as it was removed from the gold-backed system. When currencies all over the world used to be, up until 1971, used to be backed by a fractional value of gold, as low as 20%. But anyway, I won't go on, but I will put the information here. And I ask you also there will be an email, as well as you can communicate with us on the site that you find this. There are 2 sites, and one of them is Students of Knowledge, and it is I am the admin there, as well as the site, the Scholars rectifying the information with proof and evidence. Scholars setting the matter straight with proof and evidence. 2 sites that I am the admin of, or you can also go to the Gold Bricks Show, and you can contact me there. Or, of course, my name is Yasin Ahmed, for those who don't know, YASIN-AHMAD, Habibi, Gaful Hada, Gafulu. And so you can also contact me on my personal Facebook page, or through the email, The Gold Bricks Show @gmail. The Gold Bricks Show, one word, @gmail. And I thank you for your attention. I thank you also if you would pass this on and share it out. By the way, the webinar will be in approximately 2 weeks. A lot of that depends on how we get a response coming back regarding this. But we will have, inshallah, that webinar, whether there are 10 or 10,000 who attend. We will have that because this is a conversation that must be started. It is something that we must do in order to preserve our wealth and create a stream of wealth to help build the community so that our schools and our businesses and indeed individuals and families within the community are able to benefit from the great wealth which we have that circulates in our community. Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum.